Hello. Welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a Rebecca from Cyberpunk 77 Edge Runners t shirt. Um, Rebecca, I believe, yeah, she's probably my favorite anime character of all time. She she's a great lolly. Love lollies. That's all I gotta say. Love lollies. I also love lollies that have guns and kill people. So Rebecca fits all those descriptions. So the one thing I love about social media is people feel the need to post their business online because they think people care. They think that they're celebrities. They think they like in their mind they think they're famous, I guess, and so they think, well, anything I post is acceptable. Anything I post is a good thing. Obviously, I mean, like, why would you post something that you think is bad? I mean, I can't think of anything, but anyway. But what I like about it is it shows me that no matter you know how many weird hentai DVDs I buy, how many K-pop albums I buy, how many pictures of a um, you know Korean idol I put on my wall. I'm still normal compared to a lot of people because some of these people just are just ridiculous. And I saw another one where this woman uh, fell in love and married her Squidward doll. Like Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants. She has like she's a woman. I'm assuming she's 5'4" because that's the average height of a woman. So she has like a 5'8" Squidward doll, and she married it. There's a picture of her on the wedding day with Squidward. And this is the thing, like we we made it cool to have a mental health problem. It's like I don't know what happened with this society. I mean, it had to be. It's hazy, but somewhere around we're talking 2010, around there. So you take 2010, give or take 2 years prior, 2 years past. Okay, around that time was when you know, people were just putting their business, like, don't kink shame me, bro. Like that mentality started coming up where people just started oversharing everything, and then it became cool to have a mental illness. Like, yeah, like one famous person, um, whatever, like blame mental illness for the 35 years of horrible things they've done. You remember, like, mental illness just became the excuse for anything. Okay, and so then it was around that time. Like all the emo and scene kids were, blaming mental illness on the reason why they look like parakeets, and then it's just gone on from there. And then the more the mental illness got into pop culture, and the don't kink shame me got into pop culture, just the more TMI, the more oversharing, and then you had more and more because social media became more and more relevant as time's gone on. That's when you just saw a huge influx of porn stars becoming social media uh, influencers, and then they share way too much. So when you have all that going on, marrying a Squidward doll is nothing because in her mind, she's normal because she's comparing what she's posting to everything I just mentioned. You know, like millions of people talking about their mental problems, which is something you normally that's something normally you shouldn't talk about. Like, I don't want to know about your sex. I don't want to know about your mental problems. I don't want to know who you voted for. I don't need to know about your religion. Like, what happened to those times where like people kept that stuff to themselves? Now it's just your average post on Facebook or whatever, TikTok. Like you go on TikTok, you type in any mental illness, there's millions of posts about people bragging about it, just talking about it. You know, oh, how I deal with this every day. I mean, if you type in multiple personality disorder on TikTok, there's literally millions of people that have it, apparently, and they will talk to each personality on their TikTok video. So basically, they're first of all, it is the most rare mental condition ever. Having multiple personalities, it is the most rare thing. So, if you think millions of people have it, okay, okay, but you see that on there. So a woman like this who like married her Squidward doll's like, oh, psh, I'm gonna totally talk about my Squidward marriage because that's normal. I mean, at least I don't have like multiple personalities. What the hell's going on with the world? I mean, like, what's more crazy, marrying a Squidward doll or going on TikTok and seeing a woman with like 3 kids and all of her kids are trans? Like, what are the odds that you have 3 kids between the ages 6 and 12 and all of them are trans? Okay, so when you see that, and if you go on social media, you will find a lot of people, a lot of parents, maybe not millions, but you'll see thousands of people that have 2 or 3 kids, and all 3 are trans. You're like, how? What happened? So when you see that, you feel completely normal posting about marrying a Squidward doll because at least I don't have 3 trans kids because that's weird. I have to read what this woman wrote, or at least part of it, just to understand how crazy this is. 20 years ago, I first saw Squidward. Maybe it wasn't love at first sight, but there was a spark. I certainly had no idea where we would be 20 years later. I still feel that same spark when I look into his eyes. It's a friggin' doll. Okay, whatever. But now I also feel the comfort and contentment of having him in my life all these years. From the very beginning, I admired Squidward's interest in the arts and his serious and sarcastic personality. It wasn't until a few months later that it stopped being a crush and became a relationship. Stop it. Stop it. White vans need to pull up and drag this woman away. Since then, he's inspired me to play the clarinet, take up dance, get into public speaking, and given me the stamina to make lasting friends on and offline. What the fuck? Do you remember your first meeting with your loved one? What did you think of them? What is the greatest effect they have had on your life? This woman is crazy. Oh, and what I read, that was a post she posted on Reddit under the r/waifuism. Listen, in any normal society, and it doesn't matter, man or woman. I'm not counting Japan. Japan is unique. If you were married to a doll, your family would take drastic action. Your friends would take drastic action. Like Someone that cared about you would would either literally grab you and slap some sense into you. There would be an intervention. If I had an intervention with someone who was married to a doll, I would have everyone bring a blow up doll or whatever, just like a doll, and go listen. All of us are here. All of us are concerned about you because, like, she might or he might not listen to you, but they might listen to the dolls, and then you would have to take the doll and go, listen, you're being very weird. Like you'd have to kind of play into it. But listen, society used to be normal. Like there was a time when society was normal, and in 2010, like the sweet spot was, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. Because in the late 90s, early 2000s, you could do all this crazy shit that's going on now, except it was private. It was behind closed doors. Listen, it's America. There's this thing called freedom. If I want to, once again, marry a mop handle, put a, whatever, tape some glasses onto it and put some lipstick on it, and I want to call that my girlfriend, I can do that. But I'm not gonna take it outside. I'm not gonna take it to Olive Garden. You got people who marry these dolls and take it to Olive Garden and expect everyone else to be okay with it. I do not like this society. We live in a society. The people around letting this slide have become passive and docile. The people who are indulging their sick wants and needs fetishes and making it public, they have lost a sense of shame. They have lost a sense of awareness. They have lost a sense of just self esteem and self worth, because there's got to be some part of you that realizes this is not normal. And you also must realize everyone's looking at me. And what happened to not wanting to be the center of attention? Like it's a culmination of so many different things, especially the attention part. Because that's what another thing what social media has done. All these people back in like the 2010 era going like, "Don't kink shame me. Don't I'm telling way too much, but you can't judge me on it." All that attention, that I guess that dopamine fix, like that has really hurt people. Cause like people post something on the internet, and if it doesn't get clicks and views, they probably get sad. I've posted this, this podcast anyway. This is officially, this is like number whatever, five, I don't know, 38, 39. But like I've done over 600 of these podcasts, because like not all of them are numbered. So I've done over 600. I think the most views I've ever gotten on one of these podcasts is maybe 50. Maybe 50. And that's out of 600. I've never felt depressed or sad or whatever. Um, Now the music I post, a few of those have gotten a couple hundred, but that's it. I mean, no one gives a rat's ass about me. No one gives a fuck who I am. But see, but I'm just trying to say, like, I think I'm a normal person. I feel completely satisfied just doing a hobby that I enjoy. I love talking. Obviously, I'm talking to myself. So, that's why I don't have like a dildo the size of a mason jar sitting next to me on this desk. I don't have a blow up doll in the chair over there. Like I'm okay being just normal, being part of the crowd. I think I was raised right. I think that's probably why. Um, and like I feel, and once again, I think I'm normal. I rather be a part of the crowd Just, like if I'm just walking in the mall, I just want to be like one of the people in the crowd. I don't want to be one of the people in the crowd with a blow up doll next to him. I don't want to be one of the people in the crowd, whatever, like, I don't know, I can't think of, but, just holding up a sign, holding up a sign saying like free blowjobs. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Like it's just a certain mentality that, they say try to think like the other person. I can't. Not not this woman or anyone else who's married a doll. And once again, Japan doesn't count because that's a special kind of society right there. But like, what happened to just being okay with having your own beliefs, keeping it to yourself? Maybe if you're into to some weird stuff, that's fine. Keep it to yourself. I don't know why you have to share, your obsession with women's panties. You don't hear me talking about it, do you? I got a I got a drawer full of my neighbor's thongs I stole off her clothesline. Do you see me putting them on my head and walking down the street? No, because it's weird. Keep that shit to yourself. I mean, I don't know. What happened to being normal? Anyway, I've said enough. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.